we're back out on Apopka. Want to do a quick intro for the video that we shot 2 days ago. Ended up being a great day. Some good things to look at in the video. If you pay attention, you can see how long I'm leaving the bait in when I'm fishing these pads, because sometimes it's not a flip it in there and he bites it or move it. Sometimes you have to sit there and yo-yo it and play with it and aggravate them. Sometimes the fish are there and they're just not aggressive and not active. So pay attention to that. And then also just watch how many bites and fish we get out of one little patch of pads that's really no bigger than the boat. It's amazing in Florida when you do have fish coming in, when they're pulling up, or if they just did pull up in an area, you can sit in one spot and just really pound them. So, you know, kind of wanted to show that and talk about that a little bit. It's all flipping, it's all half-ounce weight, you know, bruiser crawl, black blue. Hope you enjoy it. Far away. You see how close I was when I caught that fish? Stuck good too. There's one that wasn't coming off. That fish is already spawned out, or it's just a buck, but sure is thin. That's really thin for an Apopka bass. It's had a hard row of it here lately. Hard go. There he is right there. That's about a 4-pounder. I saw the hook in his mouth. About a 4. He wasn't giant, but he's 4 pounds. That's what I get for not retying my braid like I should. They get thinned out. They replenish as fast as you catch them, it seems like. Sometimes. We came in here during the tournament, caught 4. There's another one. All the bucks. It's fun though. You never know. Get one like this, or you might get one that would eat one like this. That's the thing about down here, once you find an area that's got tangled that one up in the trolling motor. How'd I get you? I guess when you get one size, down here they're all that size. We're on them, man. Not the ones we wanted, but we're on them. I shouldn't complain. There's been a lot of days where I didn't catch anything, so we'll take some little ones to get started. Get them all out of the way, maybe we'll catch a big one. So if you want to know what I'm fishing, I'm just pegging I got a little bobber stop. I got a 1/2 ounce tungsten bullet weight and a 5/0 Gamakatsu hook. I use the heavy cover straight shanks, and I always check that point. Put it on your fingernail and see if it slides or not. If it won't slide across your fingernail, it's sharp enough. If it'll slide, change the hook. I'm just using a craw made by Bruiser. I've shown this before, I think, in some of the other videos, but I'm a big fan of their craws. mainly because of the body. I use that big hook, and the body on that craw is really thick. So when I put the hook in there, there's a lot of meat around that hook, and it helps keep that big hook from pulling out and tangling up in the reeds or the pads, you know, every cast. If you use a thinner, smaller bait, you may increase, you know, your hookup percentage. You don't have to jerk it out of the rubber as much, but you also hang up in the cover constantly. It's a chow. Well, there's my other craw right there on top of that pad. I guess I better get that before we move. But it definitely helps your ability to fish a lot of different places, you know, with the same bait. You don't get hung up near as much. You don't tear as many baits up in the cover. And you can see, I mean, I'm just sitting in one spot. I haven't moved since I caught the first fish. I'm sitting in one spot, and I'm just hitting every little hole. And I'm going to one side for a little while, and then when I lose a little confidence there, I move to the other side, and then I throw up front. But this patch of pads is probably not 15 yards wide, 15 or 20 yards around, so it's not very big. It's not much bigger than my boat. If I put the boat in the middle of it, I can fish the whole thing. But I just pulled down, and I'm just sitting with the nose of the boat in the edge of the pads. Nose is holding me in the pads against the wind. And again, I don't have to really, I'm just looking at all the different little holes, dropping it in the hole. Every once in a while I'll see a pad move, or the wind will change the angle, and I can see a new hole I can pitch in, drop in. No. That fish hadn't been caught before. There's no scars, no holes. That's the first time. So, I mean, it's not what everybody comes to Florida for, but I'd rather catch them than not. So I guess the beginning of this show is going to be how to catch them, and then maybe later on we'll do a little bit about how to catch a big one. Do some, how to get started doing that fishing, and how to have some success at it. Oh, Osprey got him one over there. Osprey got him one over here. Oh no, that one missed. I caught more than you did so far. The prize is probably alive. He looks pretty fat. Nope, that's a bad sign. And that's what happens sometimes when you're catching little fish. I think that might have been the smallest yet, but when you do use that thick rubber, you see how hard I jerk. Everybody asks me why I jerk so hard. Well, I jerk so hard because you got to drive that hook out of that rubber. You see, I got the point out, but I didn't get the barb out, and I lost the fish. A lot of times when it's a small fish like that, his weight doesn't allow you to drive that barb in because you just pull him to you. You jerk him out of the water. That fish came completely out of the water right there. Did that to me. That's a lucky fish right there. Biggest one today too. I got him, but I never set the hook. That fish ate that bait when it hit the water and never moved until I went to pull him, until I went to pull it out. I thought I was hung in the top of that. I threw in a little mat there and I thought I was hung in the top. That bait hit the water and that fish ate it. It never sank or anything. You always got to be ready, man. They'll keep you on your toes here. Judges gave that one a 7. That was better. I saw some better fish moving around over on that side. Look at there. There's a chunk. There's a chunk. That's a good Apopka fish. Probably 3.5 pounds. That's a good fish. We won't dive in. We'll put him back nice and easy. Oh, he was in there. I thought I had him bumped. I think he ever touched it. There we go. That's what we come up here after. I told you there were some big ones in there. That's what we come up in here after. Isn't that amazing? We've sat in this clump of pads right here for an hour now, caught 5 little bitty bucks, caught one about 3 pounds, lost one about 3.5 pounds, and then we get this one. A beautiful fish. I'm gonna put this fish in a live well and get a weight on her here in a minute, see if I can find my scales. It's probably 5 pounds, but be nice to know. All right. Let's see what she weighs. Calm down, girl. Calm down. Stop trying to jump out of there. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do. You're pissed. I don't blame you. I don't like it in there either. I'm going to turn you loose. I'm going to turn you loose. $5.11, $5.13. Can't beat that. There you go. That's what it's about. We turn her loose right here. All right, big girl. If you ain't already made babies, go make some, and if you have, go feed up. Off she goes. Whitefish or bass? Another bass. Chunk. You just keep pitching around and just keep catching a few. Back to the little ones. But you know what? If I got to weed through a few little ones to catch a 5-pounder like that, flipping like this, that's fine with me. He hammered it, but I didn't get him. Come on. Tore all the way up right there. Get out of there. Yay. Phew. That was rough. Fish are winning. Seems like I make a lot of those videos where the fish win. Gotta show it though, man. You gotta be honest with yourself. It ain't fair if you're not. Everybody thinks they're not doing something right when they're fishing, when they are. Oops. Right, I saw a movement. Bumped it right there. You need it though. There he is. I saw him running around in there. A little bigger. Oh, judges give that one about a 9. 9.5. Nice re-entry. Crazy, isn't it? Go 30 minutes with nothing, and all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. Well, let's see if we can get one more out of this crawl. Might be stretching it, but we might make it. Oh yeah, we still got some. The other thing about using those thicker craws, you can flip them around and hook them the other way. Sometimes you can get a few more fish out of them. These pads are so good, I'm really tempted to go try. There's a big patch of them in about this same depth of water over there. And like I say, I mean, there may be boats sitting all in it. I don't know. It seems like I see a boat over there, but there might be fish in that too. I saw the pads move. I knew there was one down there where he was. There's a big fish right here, or well, maybe not a giant, but where's the fish? Look at there. Tell you what, we've been in a tournament, we'd had a heck of a bag just out of this one little spot. That's probably a good 3.5 to 4 chunks. So now we got, if I'd caught both of those, we'd have had a couple of 3s. And off she goes. A couple of 3s, a 5, maybe a 4. Oh, God. Man, took my crawdad. Son of a gun. I bet that fish is going, what in the world just happened? I was about to eat this thing. I was just getting a good chewing on him, and off he flew away. Look at that. I think the longer I sit here, the more come into that pad field. There we go. This is it. Thank you, Lord. Look at that. Woo! Boy, what a beauty. Come off when I boat flipped him. Come off when I boat flipped him. All right, we're gonna leave. We'll move out of this spot. I'll show you the fish. Take a picture real quick. I don't know what that is out here, 7 or 8, I guess. What a great spot. What a beautiful fish.